Hey everyone, Miłosz Pirwowa Adventure Milo here, and today I wanted to talk about my project in Iraq. So I'm traveling there in order to establish the first ever public mountaineering and climbing school in the country's history. The first thing I want to talk about is how important this program is because it has such incredible potential to change the entire direction of a culture and a history of a people. So right now, for the first time ever, the people of Iraq, this next generation, are not going to look at the mountains as a barrier to the world, but they're going to look at it as a door to prosperity. And what I mean by that is, for the first time, people are going to be able to become guides. They're going to be able to come together and create outfitters so that they can take people out into their mountains. And for the first time, they're also going to be able to take control over what happens in those mountains. Presently, there is lots of companies that are actually offering, not lots, but some companies that are offering tours into the mountains of Iraq. But unfortunately, when they travel there with clients, they spend maybe one night in the city and then they go out into the mountains. And the money that comes in is never seen by the local population. So that means that also these outside foreign companies are not only taking all the money, but they're also the ones that are deciding what's going to happen with the mountains. The second thing is I want to talk about the incredible people that I met, who I'm working with and who are going to be running the program in Iraq. My friend Kamran Rasul contacted me in December of 2017 and invited me to his mountains because he said that they had never been climbed before. I had no idea where he was from at the time, so I thought it was maybe a different planet because I was under the impression we climbed all our mountains. But in fact, for the first time in history again, the summits of Iraq are available for the taking. And it just is a matter of time before they're named and they're climbed. And Kamran and his friends have a unique story as well. These incredible individuals were raised in a country where mountaineering did not exist. They looked at photos and videos and were inspired, and that's how they trained. And that is because there was no resources in their language in order to figure out how to go and climb in the mountains. So because they didn't speak the language of whatever they were watching, they literally just looked at the photos and looked at the footage. So these incredible individuals not only taught themselves mountaineering, but because their mountaineering did not exist as a sport, there is no stores. There is absolutely no way in Iraq to purchase new climbing gear or in fact outdoor recreational gear. And so the only way that these guys were able to get equipment and gear in order to climb mountains was from foreigners who came into the country. And we're talking about third-hand, fourth-hand, maybe sometimes fifth-hand gear that if you saw this on a regular mountain in a country like America or Switzerland, you would probably recommend for the person to come down off the mountain because it is inadequate. The next thing that I want to talk about is where this program is going to be. So Kamaran is the administrator for a nonprofit community center that has seen incredible success in his community. It services over 1,500 members and offers classes like women's aerobics, ballet, musical instruments, design and fashion, martial arts, and several other incredible programs like English, for example. The community center has been so successful that just recently a second facility was constructed. This facility has property that is open right now and perfect in order to build a climbing wall, which is one of our objectives. So what are we seeking to do? Right now, we are trying to collect the appropriate amount of gear in order to set these guys up to become a professional mountaineering and climbing program. They're going to use the community center in order to have classes. They're going to be able to climb outdoors on the climbing wall that we'll construct. And in addition to that, we are hoping to get enough equipment so that they can take small groups into their local mountains that are just 40 minutes outside of their city. And they are substantial and awesome mountains. An additional objective is Kamaran has worked with other people and they have actually translated a book about mountaineering, an instructional manual, for the first time into their language. And we are seeking to publish the first batch of these books. An additional objective that we have already met was with Red Bull. I was able to contact Red Bull and we selected the community center, and it is now a location where Red Bull screens its feature films about the outdoors. What an incredible thing. In fact, Tommy Caldwell sent a personal message to our kids and to the people that we are helping, because the first movie that was screened in December was The Dawn Wall. Now, a little bit about me and my team. My name is Miłosz Pierwoła, Adventure Milo, and I have worked with world record holders, with people who are world champions, as well as with some of the most decorated and highest award-winning humanitarian projects on the planet. This has allowed me to learn not only about the conditions in some of these most remote parts of the world, but also about how to run successful humanitarian programs and how to understand what it is that makes them sustainable. And my team right now is two incredible veterans from the American military that have served in the Middle East, and also a number of people that I have consulted with, including Krzysztof Wielicki, including the consultant to Iraq for the Obama White House, as well as countless other individuals who are helping me understand what sort of construction is necessary for the wall and how to create this program in a robust and sustainable way. Right now, what we're seeking is we're looking for financial donations that could help us acquire the specific list of gear that we've already created, or we are looking for donations of new gear so that we can set these guys up to be the most professional program in the city of Sulaymaniyah, Iraq, and open up the world to the people of Iraq through the mountains. I encourage you to visit the website to learn more, sign up for the newsletter to receive updates, and please consider making a donation.